I'm through with standing in line, the clubs I'll never get in. It's like the bottom of the ninth and I'm never gonna win this. Life hasn't turned out.
I know it's been quite a while since I made a video, and I just been busy and stuff, so I haven't been able to make a video. But right now I'm bringing back something special, something new, something unique. It's a Q&A show, but it's not like a regular Q&A show. It's like a reverse Q&A show. In a regular Q&A show, the viewers would send in the questions and the host would answer and stuff like that. But I'm doing it differently. I'm giving the power to get your voices heard through this. I will be asking the questions via the video, and you, the viewers, will email me the questions. I'll have my email up later in the video. Basically, it's like, instead of you sending questions into me, I'll give out a question, and I'll pick the best answer of whoever sends me the answer. And I think that's going to be something new, something cool, something unique. So I decided to do that. But before I get started with the first show, I want to mention a couple things. One will be the guest, and two, I want to give out a little cheap plugs. But anyway, the first guest is Wade Needham of world-wrestling.net, and I just want to say a few things about him. I think he's really cool. He's awesome. He's fun to talk to on the forum. He's just a cool guy to talk to. He's very knowledgeable. He has his own radio show on his site. He has CAW wrestling. He just has a whole lot. Hate to steal a little catchphrase, but when it comes to being cool, Wade is cool. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, and that's pretty much why I handpicked him to be my first guest on the show, so to speak. And that's pretty much who the first guest is. What I will be doing, I will be reading out the answers from the viewers, and I will say whether I agree or disagree, and then I'll give out the questions. That's pretty much how this show is going to be going. And as far as the cheap plugs, of course, world-wrestling.net. Go there. You will be excited. There's a lot of things there. There's a little bit of everything for everybody, so go there. And then the second site I want to pimp out is a friend of mine's site, and I go there as well, and it's wrestlingrealm.net. That's another cool place to go to, so check that out. Now, let me get on with the first ever Q&A show. Well, reverse Q&A show. I still haven't came up with a name yet, so if you got any suggestions for a name, I will appreciate that, and I'll give credit to whoever's name of the show I pick. Okay. The first question I gave out to Wade is, back when wrestling was hot, the big three, which company, in your opinion, gave out the best product? And here is his answer. This is Wade's answer right here. From an actual wrestling match quality standpoint, I would have to say that ECW was on top, with WWF being in the second place spot. WCW was quite entertaining for sure, but the match quality was subpar. As far as the ability to create new stars, push them, and make sure you always had fresh faces, the WWF was and still is unmatched in that department. WCW had one guy who was pushed from the bottom and still a name value today, and that is, of course, Goldberg. ECW never had actual structure to their roster, in my opinion. So it was hard to tell who your main guys were and who your undercard were. Merchandise is another factor on who was on top. ECW couldn't compete with WWF or WCW. WCW had merchandise from NWO, Goldberg, and DDP coming in like mad. However, WWF, World Wrestling Federation, had Austin 316 shirts, DX shirts, and Undertaker shirts, and the list could go on and on. I would say WWF outsold WCW and ECW combined. So with those factors, I would have to say that the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, was the top company regardless of the ratings. The merchandise speaks for itself, and the ability to constantly have fresh faces and make sure the company is always dynamic. I ad-libbed a little bit to add more to it, but that's pretty much Wade's answer. And honestly, I pretty much agree with what you said, Wade. I do agree with the gist of it. I agree with that. However, there's one thing I don't agree with per se, and that's the first little paragraph, and that's you stated. Let me find it. From an actual wrestling match quality standpoint, that their match quality was subpar. Well, I'll disagree with that for one reason, one instance, and that's because, in my opinion, WCW's wrestling quality was actually pretty good. Of course, I do mean the undercard and midcard. Their wrestling quality was just as good, in my opinion, as WWF or World Wrestling Federation and ECW. It wasn't better, but it wasn't subpar, in my opinion. They pretty much kind of, I would say in my opinion, I would say they were equal, because WCW had a lot of good wrestling from the mid-card and undercard. On occasion, they would have a gym in the main event, but mostly it was the undercard and mid-card that pretty much did it. But other than that, I would have to say I agree with your answer, except for that part. And just on a note, I would like to say thank you, Wade, for participating in the first Q&A show of mine, and be cool. Sorry about that, but yeah, be cool. Like I said, this is my new concept, a reverse Q&A show. Please watch. I'm sure you would enjoy. Make sure you get involved, because I want this to work, and I think it'll be a new, interesting concept that should flourish on here. I will put the info of how to email me and stuff in the description part, so yeah. But anyway, thank you very much. Don't forget to visit world-wrestling.net and wrestlingrealm.net. Cheap plug again, but anyway, yeah. Thank you very much. This has been the first reverse Q&A show. I'm still looking for a name, so if you got any ideas, please send them to me. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'm through with standing in line. The clubs I'll never get in. It's like the bottom of the ninth, and I'm never gonna win this. Life hasn't turned out quite the way I want it to be.
Tell me what you want.
I want a brand new house on an episode of Cribs, and a bathroom I can play baseball in.